Hello there everybody, Sam'sTrains here. Welcome back to the railway and welcome to another episode of Sam's Trains Live. And we are here finally, quite sadly, on the final stream of the series. It's crazy how fast these series always go. Can't believe it's coming up towards the end of the summer, but we've got a cool episode to date, so no worries on that. And I am planning to come back in November for another series to celebrate the end of the year, and of course that's when we start doing the Christmas stuff. Yep, said the C word. But yes, lots more Sam's Trains Live still to come. Saw some people in the chat saying, is the series ending? Is that it? Obviously not. No, there will be more Sam's Trains Live in the future. But let's talk about what's happening right now today, because I've got quite an action-packed episode for you. Obviously, I'm going to be taking lots of requests and running some trains, but I'm also going to be talking about some new things that are going on with the channel and the different social media platforms attached to it. That's very exciting. And I'm going to be revealing 2 new Sam's Trains products. The first one is going to be coming very soon in September. It's launching very soon. The second one I'm not going to fully reveal, but I am going to sort of review it, and that's going to be coming the next month in October. And October is a bit of a clue if anyone's wanting to guess. But before we get started with all of that, I want to catch up with you lot. So, how's everybody doing? Look at that chat. My goodness. I'm guessing it will slow down when it reaches now. There we go. So how is everybody doing? Thank you so much for tuning in for another episode. If you want to shout out, jump in the chat. If there's anything you want to say, anything you want to mention or ask about, jump in right now and I'll take a look. The C word, lol, says NWRJNW Studios. I think I've probably said it sooner than I should have done this year. Yeah, I normally wait till at least, I don't know, October to start mentioning it, but I said it in September this time, so there you go. Adam Rushton, nice to see you. Paul Rimmer, it's a local stream for local people. Yes, it is. I don't know why we're referencing the league, but yeah, there we go. Sam, please don't make a TikTok account. TikTok sucks, says Azuma. Well, I don't necessarily share that view, but I am not planning to make a TikTok, so don't worry. RD, I'm glad you're okay. I hope you're having a nice day as well. Paul, yeah, Sam, so what's been happening with you? A lot of busyness, really, yeah, making changes to the social media, as you will have seen, and also getting these products ready, which I'll talk about very, very soon. Are we expecting a ghost train? No, not quite. What was your name? Mekin Alf 2? Sorry, that was a bad butchering. No, not a ghost train, but you're on the right sort of track, pun intended. Dylan Duarte, can you do, that's another butchering, apologies, can you do a Flying Scotsman and Tornado double heading? Yes, I am taking requests today, so if you want to submit £5 or the equivalent via Super Chat, little $ down there, then you can support the channel and choose a Loco and some rolling stock to run. So that's what you can do if you want to do that. It's never too early or late for Christmas, says RD. You know what? I agree. A lot of people get cross when you mention Christmas early, but I'm glad you're somebody that doesn't. That's good. Duck Rails, no shout out, sad. Incorrect. There's your shout out, no problem. Good day to you, Korush. I won't even attempt the second name. I think that's best for everybody involved, really. Angus's Trains, nice to see you. Thank you very much for coming in. The Tired Goose says, the Rolling P can't make it this time. He says he's sorry, would like a shout out, and me thank you. Yeah, Tired Goose and the Rolling P. Hope you're all doing okay, and don't worry, Rolling P, if you can't make it, no problem. Right, so let's reveal the new product. So this is coming in September, which is this month, so I could have said this month, but I didn't, hey ho, and I call it Gresley's Rocket. So this is a fan-powered locomotive. I can show you up close, and it's obviously a little bit of a novelty. If you're interested in more info on this, then there is going to be a full launch video coming out where I go into a lot more detail. But yeah, as you can see, there's Gresley sitting on the front there on his little fan-powered train. and this is going to be available for you lot to buy mid-September, so keep an eye out for that launch video. However, the one that I have right here is going to be given away today, so whoever gets hold of this is going to have one before anybody else. And the challenge that you have to meet in order to get this today is to submit the best Grizzly themed request. Alright, so I'll pick the best one at the end of the stream, and then I will give the whoever suggested it the first ever Grizzlies rocket, which is quite exciting. And obviously much more on that coming pretty soon. Oh yeah, if there's also any birthdays in the house, super chat for any amount and I will play the horrendous birthday song for you. It looks like a Happy Meal toy, says your dad. Wow, says Piglet Tube. That's more like it. Thank you, Piglet Tube. That's the appropriate level of enthusiasm, I think. That has serious Triang vibes, Captain Cool 33. That's true, yes, because of course Triang did also produce a propeller-powered car back in the day. So yeah, Hot Wheels model train. They do, yeah, there is some serious speed involved, that's true. I made some changes to the design so that it didn't go too fast, but yeah, under the right conditions, they certainly do fly, that's for sure. Right, we better get cracking then, hadn't we? So let's start off with the request. Oh yeah, on the subject of requests, obviously this is the last stream, so it's the last chance to get a request in. Obviously the streams fill up very quick of requests, so if you submit one and you don't see it today, stay tuned to the channel because anything that I don't have time for today will go into its own video. I'm hoping this video is going to be tomorrow. It's literally going to be released tomorrow. If something goes wrong and I don't get it out tomorrow, it'll be the week after, so you don't have to wait for ages. Better than a Hornby Loco, says Kai Binch. Oh damn, shots fired. And I just missed one as well. I think it was William Grantham. Yeah, there we go. Thank you very much, William. Could we get a pair of pannier tanks, both bunker first, pulling a rake of about 20 to 30 four-wheel vans and open wagons with a four-wheel composite third-class brake coach at the back? Blimey, that's very specific, William. But you know what? Specificity, it's a good thing because I probably won't get it wrong because you've been so specific. Right. Anyway, for now, we've got requests from Sideways 66779, who wanted the LMS 10,000 with a railgun and a Queen Mary, so no problem. We have one from Beaglington-on-Sea, who wanted a load of buffet or restaurant coaches with Henry or Lord Westwood hauling, so I've gone with Lord Westwood because Henry's coming out later. In honour of Beaglington-on-Sea's review, a very good review, which I've seen now, of a Hornby restaurant coach. And yeah, check out Beaglington-on-Sea's channel if you want to see that. And then RD, as I call him for short, rather than struggling to pronounce the whole channel name. Thank you for throwing me that bone, RD. You wanted to see Backman Duck with ocean wagons. So let's get these going. Fingers crossed we don't have any derailments, not that that normally does any good. And let's see how we get going. Lovely to see Lord Westwood up and running again with its chuff chuff tender. And off goes Duck with the ocean wagons. And I'm going to come and have a look at the chat, I think, because I missed talking to you lot. It's been a little while since the last stream. Unless, of course, something comes off the track, which I'm fully expecting it to. Yeah, Lord Westwood stopped. And the crane's still going. So, yeah, it's just Westwood. Let's see why it stopped. I guess I ran it a bit too slow and it stopped on the points. Yeah, it's an old girl, of course, Triang design. So let's give it a little nudge. Oh, has it come off? Oh, yeah, something has come off. Yes. Oh, dear. I did not expect the buffet coaches to come off, but then again, I don't normally couple them together, so could be that. Now Westwood's going too fast, so we'll have to slow her down again, back down to 50. Oh no, something ain't right, folks. Something ain't right. I think it's those restaurant coaches. Do they not like being coupled together? That's unexpected, what? What's the matter with you, you silly beggars? Let's try again. Oh, can't even get it back on right. Different couplings on those two. We'll have another lap, we'll try it one more time, and then we might have to give it up as a bad job. Yeah, it's off again. Oh, that's so irritating. I feel like shall I have a meltdown over this? No, best not. Okay. Oh. Come on. Not wasting time. I'm actually genuinely getting close to being mad about this now. Because It derailed 3 times as it went along there. That's very annoying. Right, so I think if I just, it's a bit naff, but if we reduce it to just 2 restaurant coaches and take the back one off, I think we might get a successful lap then, hopefully. That would be nice. Right, Westwood, are you on? Yep. Let's put the second coach on. Oh, you're kidding. I think something's gone wrong with the railgun now. Let's get Westwood going again. I think that might be all right now. And then we'll see what calamity is unfolding with the railgun. Can anybody see? Yeah, something's not right. Oh dear, what a rotten start. I think we might get away with it now though. Anyway, I did say I was going to look at the chat. That didn't go so well, did it? Haha, hey, don't laugh NWR, it's not funny. Martin Hall, thank you so much. You request the Class 142. That's a good one. Yeah, I'll have a look at that for you. Bardzilowski Station. Hi Sam, I'm from the USA. I have HO Loco. I should let you borrow if you have DCC. It's Union Pacific Big Blow turbine made by Scale Trains. That sounds amazing. Well, thank you very much for the offer. I don't actually accept stuff to review or whatever, just because obviously things can get lost or damaged in the post. And I wouldn't want something to happen to your precious engines, obviously. But I appreciate the offer, thank you so much. And I'll have to look at getting one of those. That sounds really interesting. Platform 5, yeah, you can have a shout out. Your channel is new. Go and check out Platform 5, everybody. It sounds really good. NWRJNW Studios for today's challenge. Could you do the Hornby Mallard with your choice? With some teak coaches. Cheers, Jasper and Willow. Yes, I can, no problem. Thank you very much. Yeah, I'll do that. Jonathan Hodges, thank you so much. RD, could you run the Backman Oliver with mixed freight? I have a question. I know Gordon is your favourite Tom's character, but what made Gordon stand out? Well, let's see. I think it was his personality more than anything else. Yeah, I just like how pompous he is. It's just, I find it amusing, to be honest. So yeah, I think it's definitely his personality more than the way he looks or his design or whatnot. That's a good question, and thank you so much for the generous support. Paul Bowman, I need one of my photos to be shown and a shout out. All right, Paul. Well, if you've sent them to me and you haven't got one on the wall already, then I'll be glad to do that in the next stream. You can email me a picture if you like. AZ Rail, thank you so much. I do hope everybody is enjoying the stream as well. Thank you very much, AZ Rail. Rowan Plays, thank you very much to you. Daniel Dark Magician, love to see Sir Nigel and a Purple E4 hauling some lovely LMER coaches. That's a good call. Purple E4, I'm surprised that one doesn't get requested more often, to be quite honest, because it's quite popular, that one. Good choice, thank you very much. And William Town, thank you very much. Instead of buying European and American coaches, you could 3D print your own if it's cheaper. Well, that's a good idea, I could totally give that a go. Thank you very much for the suggestion, William. And Lewis Hughes, thank you very much to you. And yes, I am still selling trains, Timo99. I have some products on the way soon. Gresley's Rocket is one of them. And yeah, there's another product coming shortly after that in October. So yeah, keep an eye out. So there we go, Duck, you made it. You can have a rest. Let's wait for the others. I don't think the railgun has derailed since that fateful occasion. So quite what happened there, I'm not sure. But it seems to have sorted itself out, so we're going to stop it now, so hopefully we'll get away with it. I say hopefully, till the train has stopped, you never quite know what's going to unfold. But there we go, yeah, definitely got away with it. Cool, thank you very much for those requests, folks. Right, so let's talk a little bit about the changes that have been going on with social media, because obviously previously I've just posted on Facebook and Twitter when I've had a new video go out, and obviously these platforms can be used for so much more. So what we've decided to do is create a new series called Train Tuesday, and this is going to be going out on Facebook and Instagram every Tuesday, and hopefully soon Twitter as well, so that's where you can find it. And it's just going to be a little spotlight on different locomotives, sometimes maybe rolling stock if we deem that necessary, or if we deem it worthwhile, and it will just be a good look at what makes these locos special. They're going to be some of the best locos in the industry. I think we're going to be really going for some of the top tier stuff, and hopefully it will give you some ideas for layouts or modelling. You might learn something, and it also might help you choose what locos to buy. So check it out on the various social media. It's Sam'sTrains on Facebook and Twitter, and Sam'sTrains Official on Instagram. And yeah, it was my other half's idea to do this as well. She's really, really good when it comes to social media, much better than I am. I'm rubbish with it, to be honest. So yeah, got her to thank. Thank you very much. And we'll see how it goes. Please give it a like, comment when you see the posts, and if it goes well, then it will continue. Right, how's everybody doing? Let's catch up. Cool, says Jaden Bishop. Thank you very much, Jaden. And no problem, Beaglington. Well done on your review as well. I watched it and I thought it was very good. I think you've got a career in reviewing if you want it. Jack Rumsey, Central Railway. I'm very good, and I hope you are as well. Hello to you. Oh, Backman make Thomas Tuesday. Yes, I did not know that they did a Thomas. Well, I did actually. Yes, Thomas Tuesday. Now I got Train Tuesday. That's cool. Hi, Mimus, I guess, and NWR JW Studios. Yes, there's your shout out. I'll give you a couple already. Hello, Mr. Docs 2.0. Nice to see you. And do me a scrapped locomotive, please, says the Rubber Band Express and 20th Century Fox AUTTP. Oh, that's interesting. It's hard to run a scrapped locomotive because that's kind of a doesn't make sense, really, does it? If it's scrapped, it ain't going to be running. But yeah, I could show some at some point, I suppose. Right, so obviously I've got quite a lot of requests still to do from the last stream that I did. So thank you in advance to everybody who submitted one. Here they come right now. Up first, we have a request from Mayo Hosco, who wanted to see Lady Patricia with a coronation. The weathered ones, unfortunately, neither of these have front coupling, so it does have to be just Lady Patricia, unfortunately. But I have been able to put on the crimson/maroon LMS coaches and other rolling stock which is scratched or collected dust. Well, I tried to stop my coaches from collecting dust, but I do have some of those old Lima coaches and also one of those Triang Caledonian coaches, which is a bit old and scratched and nasty, so hopefully that'll do for you. Thank you, Mayo. Williamtown wanted to see a Class 76, which unfortunately I don't own, so I've put a 73 on instead, pulling some dead Thomas and Friends engines, calling it Train of the Dead. So I've put Emily, one of the 08 diesels, and also Edward on there, who's not quite dead yet, but he's certainly going on his way out. So it's quite a grim idea, that, Williamtown, but thank you very much. And then XR-Kun42 wanted to see Lord of the Isles with some Great Western Clerestory coaches, which is a gorgeous, gorgeous idea. One of my favourite locos, and actually some of my favourite coaches as well. So XR-Kun42, Williamtown, and Mayo Hosco, many, many thanks to you. Up next, we have a request from Sparky129, who wanted to see the Black 5 with some red coaches. So we've got LMS coaches right there, and an 812 helping at the back, which is a bit tricky because that loco's so much faster than the Black 5, because Bachmann obviously got confused when they were designing it, but yeah, it does seem to work, sort of, so thank you very much, Sparky. Then Harris wanted to see an older weathered Class 57 with a weathered TTS vent van. I don't own a Class 57 of any kind, I don't think, let alone a weathered one, so I've gone with an older Class 56. It's not weathered either, but you know, as close as I can. And the TTS vent van is obviously absolutely fine, yeah, no problem with that. And then Eggy Yeet wanted to see a Peckett with some Warwells with other Pecketts on, which is quite a cool idea. And then, this was a surprise, the New Manor banking at the back. Eggy Yeet also wanted to know what my favourite loco was in real life, and I think now it would probably be Old Copperknob. So Sparky129, Harris and Eggy Yeet, many, many thanks to you. Up next, we have a request from TMD R&M, who wanted to see the Dealey 3F with any red coaches in honour of their new Dealey 3F that they fixed up. So I've gone with the Triang one because, of course, those are the most fun to fix up. Not sure if yours is a Triang one, TMD R&M, but if it is, awesome. That's a good match. Then Tiger Tails Railway Videos wanted to see two Great Western tender locos with mixed coaches, including Great Western, Southern, LMS and Intercity. So I've gone with a Hornby Hall and a Dapol Mogul, and I hope that's a good choice for you. Thank you for leaving the decision up to me. I appreciate it. And then on the inside line, we have Sparky129, who asked for the Bachmann Gordon with some Blood and Custard coaches and Edward banking. And as we know, Edward's getting a bit old and tired these days, but it's a good job Gordon's at the front there helping him out. That makes things a little bit easier. So TMD R&M, Tiger Tales Railway Videos and Sparky129, thank you so much as always for your very kind requests. The next request comes from Citric Amoeba, who wanted to see the streamlined coronation with my choice of coaches. Well, I've got a Crimson Lake streamlined coronation, so I've matched that up with Crimson coaches. Thank you so much, Citric Amoeba, for the great request. Always love any excuse to see the gorgeous coronation. Then Jackson Rocket wanted to see the Garrett double heading with the Flying Scotsman. That's quite the pairing, isn't it? Blimey. With some Pullman coaches and a Queen Mary at the back. So thank you, Jackson. That was super creative. Love it. And then on the inside line, we have an LNER double header from Sparky129, who wanted the J70 and the J50 with lots of four-wheel coaches, and he specified that the J70 should be in front, so that's not a problem at all. Thank you very much, Sparky. Another very cool request. I like that one very much. And thank you also to Citric Amoeba and Jackson Rocket. As always, much, much appreciated. More requests coming up soon. For now, let's go back live. Thank you very much, everybody, for those awesome requests. I do love getting them and seeing what you guys have come up with. And of course, there are still lots left from last stream, and I'll be doing those later on, so no worries. Anyway, how's everybody doing? Anybody got any favourites from that lot? Let's take a look at the chat, see what's going on. Dr. Les Gordon Express coming through. Gordon. Yes, that is Gordon's classic phrase, isn't it? How many BR trains do you own, says Scout Trooper. I guess you mean British, maybe? I'm not sure. Hundreds, quite a lot of them. Specifically British Railways ones, obviously quite a lot less. Maybe a couple of hundred though still, I don't know. I thought Edward would be working harder. Turns out I was mistaken, says Sparky129. Yes, my backman Edward is not doing so well, I have to say. Sometimes he'll go if he's double heading or something, but otherwise he's very, very slow and laboured. Might have to pull one of my 3D printers out and see if we can make him a new motor mount or something. See if I can put a new motor in. It's difficult though because they've got the eye mechanisms, lots of gears around, not that much room for different sorts of motors. So yeah, it's tricky. DHNLB, I said your full name that time. Just want to say I really love your salvage and scrap series, and it made me want to do my old called Restore or Ignore. That's really cool. I love that. Yeah, well, good luck. And if is it online already? If so, send me an email with the link. I'd love to have a look, see what you're doing. How wide do you make your 3D printed trains, Timo99? Well, that depends. Most of them are based on real locomotives. But then again, we're modelling in 00 gauge here and not HO, so you do have to make them slightly different in width than they would be in real life. Normally I make them the same width as they are in real life though, and just make the gauge a little bit, is it larger or smaller? I never remember. Yeah, it's slightly smaller in 00, isn't it? Yeah, so that's normally how I do it, so they're about as wide as you would get from other manufacturers, unless it's something I've invented, in which case I'll just pick the size, and yeah, we just see how it goes, make sure it sort of fits on a layout and such. But yeah, there's no hard and fast rule really. Do you own any French trains, says Crystal Sharky? Yes, I have a Bonbonnet or something like that. It's that little green 060 from Rivarossi. I've got a review of it on my channel if you're interested. It's really cool actually. It's a very, very interesting looking model. Paul Carroll, yes, you can have a shout out. Your dad, LMS or LNER? For me, I think LNER. I do love a lot of LMS locos and it's difficult to choose, but generally the LNER has Scotsman and Mallard and quite a few other really cool designs like the P2 or the Hush Hush. I think overall it would be the LNER for me, but both have merit, that's for sure. Darian Wilcox, I might have missed your super chat. I'm very sorry about that, but they will all be read. At the end of the stream, I'll go through and thank everybody, and if you submitted a request, it will be done in due course. So thank you, Darian. I'm sorry if I didn't see that. Jason Biggs, I've spotted yours though. Would you consider getting into 009 narrow gauge? And could you run 2 Dapol locos with any rolling stock? One day, I would love to try some 009, so that's a yes, one day. And as for the Dapol locos, yes, I can totally do that. Thank you so much for the support. Can we see the Tart engine, says Conzed? Yes, we can have a quick look at the Tart. This is amusing. It does get asked for once a while. But the thing is, to me, it's completely unremarkable because I actually use the Tart for hauling the Dapple track cleaner. So there you go, the Tart class, and obviously it's got a battery on it now. But yeah, that's the Loco I built for the Tart video, and it's obviously really dusty and nasty because this always runs when my track is at its dirtiest, and it's hauling the Dapple vacuum cleaner to clean up the track. So there we go, yeah, that's that. And actually, speaking of the Dapple track cleaner, if I go and grab that, I've actually started producing my own 3D printed parts for it, because what sometimes happens is the vacuum cleaner will pull up a bit of ballast or something and it snaps off the fins on the vacuum, and I've been gluing them back on with the original Dapple ones and they're getting really tatty. So in the end I just 3D printed one and it works really well, works just as well as the old ones did, and now I don't have to bother gluing them back together. It can fail and I'll just print a new one. So yeah, I'm quite pleased with that. It's amazing the uses you find for a 3D printer. I mean, before I had it, you would never consider making one because, I mean, how on earth would you go about it? But yeah, it's amazing what problems having a 3D printer can solve. I would recommend it to anybody, I certainly would. Right, let's go for a little bit of, oh no, let's not go for a break because we've still got requests to do. So here's the next round. On the outside line, we've got one that I think is destined to fail. And we've got Polar Pendleton to thank for this one. But no, thank you, Polar. I appreciate the support, of course. You wanted to see the 25, or the Rat, with the TTS vent van, which I've put at the back, and some egg vans. And I think it is the egg vans that are going to cause trouble. Then we have NWR J&W Studios, who wanted the Princess or a Duchess with some coaches. Well, I've run the Princess quite a lot in the other requests today, so I've gone with the Duchess this time. That is the City of Nottingham with some LMS coaches, which I think look nice. And then XRCon42 wanted Bill and Ben double heading with ocean wagons and a Class 17 banking. And apparently this is a reference to something, and XRCon42's question for the chat is, what is this a reference to? And I have to be honest and say I don't know either. So let me know. I'd like to know. It's been bugging me for a while. Right, Rat, off we go. That's definitely going to cause some problems with those egg vans, and possibly there will be an issue with the 17 as well. Yeah, I thought one of Bill or Ben wasn't working properly then, but I think they are. So yeah, I think it's going to be slow and steady, but we might get away with it. Right, egg van time. Are you ready for this? I'm not. Ah, what? That's crazy. It's done it. This is probably 1 in 100 times I run the egg vans without a problem. It's very strange. All right. Well, we'll go for a second lap then, shall we? Yeah. Well, I won't push my luck too much, but we'll see. Yeah, that's awesome. I saw someone ask about that diesel in the siding. Well, it was there for a video I've been filming, and thought, you know what, it's interesting enough. We'll leave it there. I'm laughing because of Bill and Ben. I assume it will be the Class 17. Yeah, it is. The 17's derailed and taken one of the ocean wagons with it. That 17, honestly. What a waste of plastic. Right, let's try and get these back on. I can't even begin to imagine what went wrong there. It's the coupling. It's the hopeless Helgen and their hopeless couplings. It seems to be stuck in position, actually. So do I yeah, I was going to say I don't really want to send the 17 around the back of the bookcase. And also, Bill and Ben, now the Helgen is off. Look at that, they've picked up speed. They're going for it now, so yeah, it's that Helgen 17. It does not agree with any other Locos. Yes, what a triggering Loco that is. Ugh, spit. Opa, snorted Bill. Yes, and they're both a bit happier now that that awful 17's gone. Got anything Scottish, Floris Railways? Absolutely. The 812, the Caledonian one, that comes to mind. Gorgeous, gorgeous Scottish engine, that one. Love it. Could you record some rail tours? Also, hope you're well. That would be great. I'm planning to go to a real railway sometime in October, and if I do and it's decent, I will take the GoPro and do some videoing. I don't know if we'd call it a rail tour exactly, but there will be some real trains involved. Perfect recreation of teething troubles. And speaking of teething troubles, the egg vans have finally gone, folks. Yes, they have. That's very strange, because they had a few good laps there, didn't they? Well, we'll find out what happens. There we go. Leave it going, see if I can clear the rest off the track. No doubt there'll be some stuck underneath the bookcase, because that always seems to happen. Let's have a look. No. Oh, I feel like it's not as bad as usual then. Oh, yeah, we've got one left behind, if I show you that. Yeah, it's left another one. Yeah, that seems to always happen, doesn't it? When I run the egg vans, they always ended up littering all over the railway. Seem to get deposited in random places. So yeah, we started with, well, I feel like it was more than 5. I don't know. We may have lost some egg vans. Honestly though, that's not much of a complaint, is it? Yeah. Okay. Oh, let's stop the Duchess. Lovely Loco, that one. Yeah, thank you, Duchess. City of Nottingham there. Not a problem with that Loco. Yeah, that one always seems to behave, doesn't it? Yeah. Lovely, well done. It makes me appreciate the engines and rolling stock that actually work properly when all these disasters start kicking off. Right, Bill and Ben and Oceans, there we go. Yeah, they're fine now, aren't they? Now that Helgen 17's out the way. Yeah, that's as it should be. Okay, nice work, Bill and Ben, thank you. And I'm glad there's nothing wrong with them, because when they started, it seemed like there was something wrong, but I think it was probably just the 17 zapping all of the current. Okay, so I'm going to go for a little break, so go grab some refreshments if you like. Then we're going to be back with lots more trains to run. El Cheapo is coming back to give us a clue about another Sam's Trains product, which is coming in October, so stay tuned for that. I'll see you in just a few minutes. Alright folks, welcome back to Sam's Trains Live. I hope you're enjoying the stream so far, and if you've only just joined, an extra special welcome to you. Still to come, we've got a special visit from El Cheapo, who's going to be soft revealing, not entirely revealing, but sort of revealing one of the next Sam's Trains products to come. Lots more trains to run, of course, lots of requests still to do, and obviously we're also going to find out who is going to be owning the first ever Gresley's rocket. And yeah, this is going to be the next Sam's Trains product. It's coming mid-September, and I'm going to be doing the launch video pretty soon. It's been a lot of months of work actually to get these ready. I'm really excited for it, and I hope you lot enjoy seeing it, or possibly even owning it if you decide to get one of them. So yes, stay tuned for that. Still though, how is everybody doing? Let's have another look at the chat. We're having a good time today in the chat. There's quite a good number of people here. Sparky129, Q1 especially, love some freight engines. Yeah, the Q1 is the king of freight locos, really. Absolutely incredible. You must be getting El Cheapo, says Catholic Page. Yes, El Cheapo has arrived. He's waiting in the wings, as it were. Daniel Dark Magician says El Cheapo should have worked on the HS2 project. Well, he actually did. Yes, he was involved in it, and I guess that could explain quite a lot when you consider that he's quite ineffectual in most things he does. Can we see feet? Conzed, this is not that kind of channel, I'm afraid, but if you really wanna, feet, there you go. And no, I'm not taking off the socks. Again, this is not that kind of channel. El Pete, hi Sam, love your salvage or scrap series. Was wondering if you could do an O-gauge version. That's a good idea. The show's not really set up for O-gauge, but I guess if an O-gauge Loco came along, I could find a way to do that. Yeah, alright, cool idea, thank you El Pete. Model Magic, late night modelling is fun whilst watching a stream. Ah, nice. So I guess it must be sometime in the night, wherever you are. I hope you're enjoying yourself anyway. Have fun with your modelling. And then Jonathan Hodges, thank you very much. Sam, please do the purple A4. Ah, the purple A4 again. With Pullman and a brake fan. Yes, no problem. And on that note, let's do some more requests. So whoever was asking about Scottish engines earlier on, we got one here for you. This is George Botterini's request for the Caledonian single with some appropriate coaches. So we've got a couple of ex-Caledonian coaches there. On the middle line, RD wanted to see the Hornby Henry with some coaches, which is obviously not a problem. And the Ocean Wagons are very, very popular today because they are back with Colin Wykes and the Q6. So thank you so much to you three. Let's get these going. Now, the Caledonian single, not the 812, as I keep wanting to say, it's quite a speedy one, so it's quite hard to get the right balance on speed with that one, but I'll try. And Henry, no problem, and hopefully the Q6, no problem. All right, let's have a look. So how did we do with the Caledonian? Did we get the speed right? Oh, it's managing okay, I think. So yes, possibly. William Babcock, thank you very much. Could you run the Tango? Oh Lord. With the Egg Vans, the Coca-Cola Lomac and Bullman on the outside line, please. Sure, William. Hopefully you won't be too disappointed if it all derails. In fact, I'm sure you're counting on that happening. Blue Pretzel, if you want to request, first of all, thank you so much, because it really does support the channel and help keep me here, keep me in business, keep the channel alive. You can use the $ in the bottom left of the chat, I think it is, or somewhere below the chat. It's a little $, and you can donate to the channel. And yeah, if it's a $5 or the equivalent, then I will do a request for you, so include that in the message. Paul Carroll, hello, hey, hope you're okay. Sundrian Lettuce is pleased to see Henry. Oh, and maybe he's not pleased to see Henry. Maybe he's telling me that Henry's had a bit of a disaster. Right. Henry's changed the way he's doing things because he's done this. There we go. So now Henry is going tender first. Is that what you wanted, Henry? I guess he's taken matters into his own hands. Normally we don't like engines doing that sort of thing, Henry. Got to be honest, but yeah, it's actually quite cool that that worked out. All right, well, a bit of something different for you. Is that what you're on about, Mr. Lettuce? I guess maybe you spotted that before I did. So nice work. And the Q6 is taking it very, very slow and steady today. I love Henry, says Conzed. So do I. Yeah, the guy's got character, hasn't he? That's for sure. NWR, that's a good question. Why is the Q6 so slow? Oh, uh-oh. Henry. Henry's had enough. Okay, all right then, Henry. Yeah, there. That's enough. The Q6, I don't know why it's so slow. I've set it at 50. Oh, dear. Henry, what a disaster. All right, yes, all right. We can call it a day. Off you pop. Oh dear. Just one of those days, isn't it? I don't know what happened there. Henry obviously got issues on both couplings today. Now, do we need the LMS coaches again, or can I take them off? Let's have a look. No, we don't need the LMS coaches. I can whip those off then while the others run. The Caledonian has really become a lot more lively now. It's obviously had a good bit of a warm-up. And obviously that's a massive contrast with the Q6, which is still taking it very slowly. The Q6 has always been a fine runner, but I've always been a little bit suspicious of it, in that the motor it never did sound very healthy. When I first ran it, it made a very off-putting growling noise, I would say. And yeah, I've always just wondered whether it's supposed to be like that, or whether there is possibly something the matter with it. But it still works. Every time I put it on the track, it kind of works, if quite slowly. Although I would say it's quite a bit quicker now, isn't it? Yeah, I would say I don't think that would be drawing attention to itself if it had started running at that speed. So yes, I'm not sure. I think we'll stop it there though. Yeah, thank you Q6. Good looking Loco. I always remember they were quite a bit too expensive when they first came out, because obviously they're quite cheaply made, but I suppose now they would seem that expensive compared with everything else. Anyway, there we go. Thank you very much for those requests, folks. I'm sorry for to the Henry requester, that went a bit wrong, but it was entertaining, and I guess that is the idea, isn't it? Right, let's show some of your artwork then. So if you want to send in a picture to put up on the wall of train or the wall of fame, whatever, you can just email it to me at samstrains@outlook.com. Just make sure it's your own work. It can be drawn or photographed, anything like that, and I'll put it up and you might even see it in the videos. We've got some new ones today though. Here's one from Miller, who's obviously drawn this. Look at that. Reminds me of some sort of narrow gauge locomotive. I like it, yeah, I like the wheelbase. So nice work, Miller, thank you very much. I do like hand-drawn artwork, that always looks great. Then Kia W sent in this is his layout. It looks like it's a 3-rail layout based on a modern looking Hornby track map, which is very unusual. That was quite a surprise to see that. But it's great to know that there are people collecting and using 3-rail stuff still. It's a little bit different, isn't it? It always turns your head when you see something like that. Then John Y has been sending me quite a lot of material via email and Twitter, and this is just some of it, but look at this. It's just a really impressive and accurate, really, drawing of Thomas there, number 1. And he's got some notes: Thomas the Tank Engine, Railway SER, I guess. Yeah, I'm not sure. But yes, it seems like a really great project. John, I would post some of it publicly if you haven't already, and then people can take a look. But yeah, that's great. Thank you very much, John, for sharing that. And then finally, we've got one from Nicholas, who's got the beginnings of a great looking layout, as you can see. And yeah, he's been working hard, he's been keeping hydrated. And we've also got a little different, maybe end gauge or something, or narrow gauge, I guess, layout going on within the larger layout, which I assume is going to be HO. So that's really cool. Keep up the good work, Nicholas, and if you decide to do some scenery or whatever, then send another picture. I'd love to see how it gets on. For now though, I think I need to talk about the next October Sam's Trains product, which I'm not fully sort of announcing today, but El Cheapo is coming to give you a little bit of a clue. So without any further ado, here comes El Cheapo.
I search for cheap trains, sometimes I review. It's apparently El Cheapo.
Thank you very much, Sam. Yes, as you say, today's model does not come from eBay or AliExpress or Wish.com or anywhere else cheap. It comes from right here in this room because it is in fact going to form the basis of the next Sam's Trains product following Gresley's Rocket. And here it is, but it is not complete. So this is some sort of low wagon, as you can see, but there's something missing. And El Cheapo's question for you guys is, what might it be that is missing? This is going to be released in October. The wagon body is green. What might be missing? There's a screw on the bottom, a screw hole to hold something onto the top. What could it be? That's the question. You've got a couple of minutes to answer, then I'll take a look at the chat. But yeah, it's a little low wagon with planking inside and some detail on the outside. The chassis itself has holes in the bottom, and this will be supplied with brake rigging, which you can fit at your discretion. You glue that into the holes, and then there'll also be some brake rods which fit into these holes here. So it makes a relatively detailed looking chassis. Obviously it will come with buffers, which you can glue into those holes, and couplings which go into the NEM pockets. So it's a nice little modern wagon with metal wheels, but there is something missing. So let's have a look. Let's see what you lot have come up with. A cable drum, says you we call. Interesting idea. The ever awesome El Cheapo. Thank you, Kathy Page. El Cheapo agrees, very much so. Dino Leaf, a crane. You know what? This is a good exercise for Sam. He should watch this because there's some actually genuinely good ideas. A Coca-Cola bottle, Unreal Railway 1. No, that is naughty. Nobody does that. No decent manufacturer does that, just so you know. Let's see, a cannon boom, says Matt Tumman. Again, that would be genuinely very, very entertaining. A milk tank, says Jonathan Barnes. Again, that would be cool. I'll actually probably do some of these. A tanker, says Subop Chick Vid. Bullman. Oh, that's an idea as well. Maybe it's a Bullman. I'm not going to give it away. A brake van. A log cradle. Series finale. That is not tangible, my friend. We cannot put that on a wagon. A 3D printed van. A pumpkin, says Beelington on Sea. Possibly. There are bot in the chat, Sam. Oh, is there really? Well, let me know their username. Send me an email. And if they are indeed a bot, I will have them removed forever. A ghost hunting device, says Azuma. That's an interesting idea. Okay, so planking, Jaden Bishop, alright, maybe a bullman. I can tell you that the correct answer has been suggested, but I will not tell you what the correct answer is. But yeah, this is the basis of it. Production is almost complete, and this will be released in October. And in fact, you get it at the start of October if you are a member of the channel, because this is going to be the monthly wagon for October as well, and you'll get it slightly cheaper, and you will get it slightly earlier. So thank you very much. Keep thinking, and we'll see what it is when the time comes. For now though, thank you very much for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed seeing something that did not come from AliExpress. And since my name's El Cheapo, I guess I can tell you this is going to be quite a lot cheaper than the Grizzly's Rocket, because obviously I want to have some products that are a little bit more affordable. So this is going to be £13, I think, £12.99, something like that. So a bit more affordable. Right, I'm getting out of here. Cheers, folks. El Cheapo, out.
I found the cheap train and I did review. It's apparently El Cheapo.
Yeah, alright, cheers El Cheapo, thanks for coming. Bless him, he'll be back in November, no doubt. Anyway, as promised, I still have a lot of requests still left over from the last stream, so here they come right now. The next request comes from Polar Pendleton. Thank you so much, Polar. You also wanted to see a Princess Royal with a coronation class. Again though, I can't do that. Annoyingly, none of the princesses or coronations that I've got have front couplings. So I've just gone with the princess again, that's the weathered one after all. And you wanted blood and custards. Again, don't have any of those weathered, but of course unweathered is no problem. So thank you so much, Polar. New Oban Productions wanted to see an O1 and a B1 passenger train, which is very interesting. So we've got the two Locos and some Pullmans behind there. That was a good choice. Thank you very much, New Oban Productions. Yeah, quite like to see those two together. And then we have an RD request. Thank you so much, RD. You wanted to see a Black 5 double heading with an Atlantic. So I've gone with my Hornby Railways Black 5 and the Bachmann H2. That's a lovely Atlantic. And some green coaches. So of course, Southern coaches. That seems to make the most sense. So thank you so much to Polar Pendleton, New Oban Productions and RD. As always, really appreciate it. Up next we have a request from Mindless Shark, who wanted to see Mallard double heading with the Daylight locomotive and Blood and Custard coaches. Now I'm not doing very well with the double headers today, am I? Because yet again Mallard doesn't have a front coupling, and obviously the Daylight doesn't have a front coupling either, or at least not one that's compatible, so I've just had to go with Mallard. Apologies for that, Mindless Shark, but thank you for your support, I do appreciate that. XRCon42 wanted to see Lady Patricia with some Pullmans, which I can do. Seems nice to be able to actually do this one for a change. Yeah, XRCon42, thank you very much, and a great combination as well. That Loco looks so good with the Pullmans. And here's one I like on the inside line from David Mattox, who wanted the J50 and Doncaster just running light. Engines together, no rolling stock, which is really lovely. Yeah, that looks really, really cool. So David Mattox, XRCon42 and Mindless Shark, thank you very much for your very cool requests. All three of those really good. And then finally, for now, we have a request from Mitchell Cole, who asked for the weathered Q1, which is not one I run very often, with a bit of a mixed war train. So as you can see, we've got some Southern wagons, gunpowder wagons on there, Warwell with a tank, etc, etc. So thank you very much, Mitchell. I love that idea, great weathered request. Then we have Godzilla Boy 2004, many thanks to you. You asked for the Hornby and the Bachmann Thomas going together with express coaches. That's quite unusual, isn't it? Two Thomases meeting each other. Like it though, thank you Godzilla Boy 2004. And then XRCon42 wanted the LNER Scotsman, one BR Mark 1, 3 Thompson brakes, of which I only have 2, so I've got 2. 2 Gresley brakes, I've only got 1, so we've got 1. And 2 Pullmans, which was fine. I think this might have been a reference to something. If anyone can confirm or deny that, that would be awesome. But for now, Mitchell Cole, Godzilla Boy 2004 and XRCon42, thank you for your requests, and let's go back live. There you go then, folks. Great work. Thank you so much for those requests. And don't forget, if you've submitted a request today and you don't see it done right now in the stream, then stay tuned to the channel because I'll be doing them in their own special video. But there is still time for one round of requests. So we've got something quite interesting going on to start with on the outside line. So this comes from Malcolm Loud, who, I think he said this was his interpretation of the two worst types of passenger transport. So we've got the Pacer, which I think quite a lot of people agree sucks. But the other one, which was the Terrier with two Southern coaches, was quite a surprise. Did people find the Terriers horrible back in the day? Were they considered the lowest form of passenger transport? I don't know. If anybody knows, let me know. Then we have Terence Priestley, who wanted to see the Metropolitan Bobo just on its own. The Metropolitan. So, yeah, says it's a beautiful Loco. I agree. He doesn't want any rolling stock to distract from it, so that's fine. And then Malcolm Loud again wanted to see two J Locos, so I've got the J13 and the J50 with the Ocean Wagons and a Bluebell engine at the back as a banker. Now I think the Bluebell have a P-Class, don't they? Is it called Bluebell? I think maybe it is. I don't have that one, but I've got the SECR green one at the back, as you will see. We've got a problem here. It looks like my Pacers might be wired up to go the opposite way, which is a problem. That is a problem. Right. So I'm going to back the Terrier into the siding. We'll run the Pacers first and then we'll run the Terrier afterwards. I was hoping to have them sort of just go together on the same track, but that wasn't to be. So we'll send the Pacer off on its own, I reckon. Let's go the opposite way for a change. Yeah. The Metropolitan Bobo, let's go at 50%. And let's see how the 3-engine special gets on. 3 reliable Locos, but together, not sure how that's going to go. The Zelda Fan 57, hello Sam, thank you for releasing the B12 files. My B12 thanks you. Now it's fixed. Wow, that's great news. So glad that was helpful to you. Well done. Robbie Grant, could you review a Bachmann 47? Yeah, that is one that I would like to try at some point. Yeah, no problem. Have we got an issue? I'm pretty sure we've got a blank screen there. That's very strange. There should be a Loco in view there. Let's deactivate and reactivate this. There we go. Same with this. No, that one's working. Okay. There's a Metropolitan with lights as well. You don't normally see those lights because they're quite dim. But yeah, they're working there. Is that one working? Yeah, so the other cameras are fine, I think. Is this one fine? Let's see. Metropolitan should be arriving any second. Yes, there we go. And this one? It's very strange. Normally it's not that camera that freezes. Still, never mind. Right, I'm going to go through and thank everybody for super chatting. I also need to look for the best Gresley themed request of the day because I've got a Gresley's rocket to give away. So, let's start from the very top, shall we? Let's see. Right, Colin Wykes, thank you so much. Malcolm Loud, George Botterini, RDHNLB. I'll go for the full name since we're at the end of the stream. Terence Priestley, thank you very much. Sparky129, RD again. Beaglington on C, I didn't see this one, but they won Old Copperknob, a Triang rocket coach, a Silver Bullet tanker, and a Pullman brake coach. Congrats on another successful live stream series. Well, that's very kind, Beaglington. Thank you so much. Sideways 66779, you want to see the new LNER W1 with a rake of Pullmans, please. Enjoy the rest of your stream. Here's to the next stream series. Well, I mean, the W1 is a real Gresley classic, so I'm going to consider that one, Sideways, for the Gresley's rocket. Alright, we'll come back to that. Williamtown, oh, you wanted to see the Swiss B3/4, that's really cool, I'll do that, no problem. Sparky129, thank you to you. The Big Diesel pulling some red coaches. Yep, no problem. JC number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Appreciate it. William Grantham, thank you for your pannier request. I'll certainly do that. Sparky129, this is a Gresley challenge. You want to see the W1 on one end and the P2 on the other with a mix of teaks and Pullmans being pulled. So that's another great Gresley request there with the W1 and the P2. Yeah, that one's good too. Jonathan Hodges, thank you very much. Martin Hall, Bazolki Station, sorry for the pronunciation, but appreciate the super chat and the support nonetheless. NWR, JNW Studios again, Jonathan Hodges again, RD, Paul Bowman, AZ Rail, Rowan Please, thank you very much, Daniel Doc Magician, Lewis Hughes, Jonathan Hodges again, Darian Wilcox, Jason Biggs, RD yet again, wow, thank you so much RD, that's very, very kind. Jason Biggs, Jonathan, wow, it's Daniel again, Jonathan Hodges again, William Babcock, Robbie Grant, and the Zelda fan 57. No problem at all for releasing the B12 files. I'm really glad somebody's used them and enjoyed them. And yeah, I think we'll give it to Sideways as for the first person for coming up with the Hush Hush request, because that is a really off-the-wall Gresley design. So Sideways 66779, send me an email with your delivery address, and I will send the Gresley's rocket to you, and you can give it a go and let me know what you think. Also, from the last stream, Mayo Hosco, I think it was it? I did write it down. Mayo Hosco, yeah, you won the last wagon, but I didn't hear back from you. So if you'd like to claim this, if you want it, send me a comment in this video just saying, yes, you want it, please don't give it away. And then try again, send me an email with your delivery address, and I will send it to you. If not, I will use this again in a future live stream, and we'll give it away to somebody else. But Mayo, it's yours if you want it, so claim it if you like. You don't have to though, I mean if you don't fancy it, that's fine as well, no problem at all. Next week we've got a new diesel review, a diesel that I've not looked at before, which is very exciting. And then on Saturday we've got an all new episode of Salvage or Scrap, which a few people have mentioned already in the chat, so I hope you enjoy seeing that. For now though, that is it for Sam's Trains Live in the summer. It's going to be coming back in November for the sort of end of year Christmas series, so please do join me for that. For now though, I want to say thank you so much for all of the support. I've had a great time. Everybody that's been there in the chat, thank you for participating and making it fun. And especially to everyone who super chatted and supported the channel throughout the series. Thank you ever so much. I couldn't do this without you, and your support means that the channel can continue to grow and produce new content, and that I can continue to do what I love to do for a living. And you can't really put a price on that, so thank you ever so much. Alright, well, that will just about do it. So thank you once again for the last time for watching, and I'll see you in November for some more Sam's Trains Live. Alright, cheers folks, you take care. Hey folks, thank you all very, very much for tuning in for another episode of Sam's Trains Live. I really hope you enjoyed it. I'll be back with another episode very, very soon, but in the meantime, please enjoy the videos that I'll be posting on my channel till then, and I will see you all very soon. Thanks again for your support, folks, and take care of yourselves.